All right, just a quick note about Reston National Golf Course in Reston, Virginia. Just a quick note because I only played about half the course. I got there. Basically, I was dawdling around on YouTube and got there late. Classic bad partner mentality. Got there late. Of course, by the time I got there, they had a junior tournament going, so we had to wait an hour for that to go out, and then we started at 5 and ended up getting 13 holes in. So I wasn't all that impressed by the course. I think I played it like 10 years ago or so. Easily 10 years ago, and it was kind of dry then. And obviously the area around the course wasn't built up as much as it is now. It is really kind of just off of Sunset Valley Drive, I guess, on the south side of Reston, south side of 267. Not at all far from the new Metro station at all. You can certainly get there pretty easily if you're walking, even. Not to mention driving's right down the street. And it is really kind of a in-town neighborhood course more than anything else. I was really surprised. I didn't remember seeing so many houses around the course as I saw when I played it, but there were a lot of houses, a lot of, kind of brown kind of apartment condo style houses or apartment buildings, very Reston-y kind of thing, green, brown blending in with the environment kind of places. Some houses, there were some parts of it that were houses, but it was certainly much more of a neighborhood course than anything else. Not one of those open courses where you have a lot of free space and not many houses at all. And I just really wasn't really in the mood or impressed by that. The course was in decent condition considering that it had rained a lot in the area over the past month. We're having regular rain around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The grass was in good shape. The greens were, in good condition, not outstanding, but they were decent condition. Nice. None of that nonsense with the Poana or whatever. Regular greens. A little bit spongy, a little bit soft, but still good to put on. Not bad at all. Not gimme greens, but decent greens. Nothing too tricky, but still not easy. And the course I think it was overall, I would call it a decent course if all you really wanted to do is go out and play, golf. It was okay. It's kind of an easy course, 131 slope, 6,900 yards from the back tees. And most of the holes have sort of an hourglass configuration where you've got your tee box, everything is fairly wide. And then there's some hazard in terms of a slope or waste or something in the middle of the fairway. But then when you get near the green, god damn it. but when you get near the green, it tends to open up again. So there's a fair amount of landing area around the greens, nothing really tricky. And I only saw a few holes where there was any real danger or peril around the greens. I mean, anything, any kind of like a waste or a dry, or wet or anything like that. It was a pretty easy course, not really a player's course, but definitely a decent course. I wouldn't call it a great course at all. It had there's at least one hole, like the number 5 or something, where you come and it's a downhill and then back up to the right to the green, and you go up to the green and you're coming up the hill and there's nothing but houses, and apartments, I should say, around the green. It's like an amphitheater. People just, out there in the back and cooking and painting stuff, and there's the smell of turpentine coming all over the green, and barbecuing and just sitting out there watching people play and stuff. And it was goofy. I don't see too many courses. I haven't played too many courses with holes like that. But when I do play them, it's not a pleasant experience. I mean, I don't like playing in front of a bunch of people sitting in their backyard looking like, zoo animals in a sense, or just going about their lives and trying not to look at people playing golf. And it's like a mutual zoo animal spectator nonsense. It's just a bad thing. It's a disaster. Not at all an enjoyable course on a lot of holes. Some holes were okay. Some holes were 5s. Some holes were 6s. Some holes were, maybe a couple of 7s. Like number 10 was a decent challenge off the tee and stuff. But even that wasn't really a great hole. I mean, just nothing really good on this course. Number 8, the dogleg left around the edge of the lake. This is the kind of course I would have played, and you could have gotten a course this good or better, certainly. The course I played in Annapolis, you can think of a couple of courses in Annapolis between Eisenhower and another course I played out there, which were better courses. They just were much more interesting courses, and they didn't have as many houses around them, and they were much, much cheaper. Another thing, this course was very expensive, especially for a neighborhood woods course like this. So you're paying, $85, for an 18. It was ridiculous. And we were playing at 5. So we were teeing off at 5 on a Sunday, and it was still $50 to play. Unheard of. I've never heard of anything that ridiculous. At 5 o'clock on a Sunday, still charging you $50 with the cart. I would never, ever pay that kind of rate for this course knowingly. It's just not worth that kind of money. And obviously the only way that it justifies that kind of price is the fact that it is right there in Reston. But the fact is there are better courses that are not even that far away from this course, like Virginia Oaks. Certainly a number of better courses in the area around Dulles that are better than this course, much more interesting, and not nearly as expensive. Or if they are as expensive, at least they're much better courses. I can't give this course anything more than a C for that. I mean, it was in good condition, and certainly, I wouldn't call it a crap round. I played at worse courses, no question, that are neighborhood courses, but in worse condition, but still better, more interesting courses. It just wasn't that interesting a course, and it's certainly the fact that it was in good condition did not make up for that. And I'm sorry, but there's no way I would pay this kind of money to play this course again. No way. No way in hell I would pay $90 to play that course during regular hours on the weekend. It was ridiculous. So I can't give it more than a C. It's just way too expensive, too many houses, too much road noise, too many cars whizzing by the course, even at neighborhood speeds, but still. And it had a decent clubhouse, decent food in the clubhouse, and everything like that. Decent deck and all that. But the deck was overlooking the 18th green, and that's it, really. You couldn't see much else than that. Constant barrage of people at the driving range hitting balls while you're trying to sit on the deck and have a beer or something, relax. I didn't see anybody on the deck the whole time we were there. It was, just not good. Just kind of awkward in a lot of ways, and expensive. And much like Brambleton, the only reason I could see people were there playing was it was right down the street. Other than that, I would walk away at high speed. That is Reston National Golf Course at Reston National Golf Course at Reston, Virginia.